Tuomas from Wolfheart, a Finnish metal band, in a great adventure at the moment, far away from home. When I started the band 2013, I called our music winter metal. I wanted to I didn't want the band to be just one of the hundreds of melodic death metal bands in Europe. It kind of I wanted to stand out. But also, when it comes to the production and the mixing and the composing of the music, I want the music to sound beautiful and cold, like Finnish winter. It's more like this lone Nordic warrior kind of thing, very like Nordic name. It comes from the Finnish and the Nordic nature and also like behavior of the leader of the pack, wolf. It's not seen as a beast in that sense in Finland. The great apex predators used to be like demigods in the pagan era in Finland, like bears and wolves. So it was feared and respected animal, the nature. So that it comes from there. When I founded Wolfheart, I knew already that it needs to be business for me to be able to bring the music to different countries, to be able to make music videos, to be able to make albums. So that kind of that brought the business from the beginning already. But I try to distance myself from the business as much as possible. Our drummer, his main job is being a CEO. So he does all the numbers, everything connected to the money, taxes, budgets. Then we have a management, we have a label. So I try to be just the chaos factor. Just the artist bringing the ideas, and then the other people need to figure out how to make it happen, where to come up with the money and stuff like that. So the business is always there if you want to bring any art forward. That's just something you can't avoid, but I think every artist should also keep a clear, it shouldn't become a job. There needs to be a business, but it never should be a job in that sense. It's like, what? That kind of a reaction. And it's not something I would have heard 5 years ago. And when we got the offer for the show, then I started checking the other bands that are playing tonight with us, and actually seeing that there is a metal scene. There's same thing happening that it has been in Germany or Finland. Bands the merch looks the same, and it's not a bad thing. It's just so cool to see that the same things that are important for the metal fans all around the world still continues, and they still break the barriers. I think the amount of work is something that a lot of newcomers don't realize, how much there is. Of course, metal bands from Saudi Arabia have a different challenges than European bands, because the more venues you have, the more media you have, more already existing scene you have the platform where you can build the career. But it's just huge amount of work, and that can be very tricky thing, because you have also insane amount of enthusiasm. Being excited can be very harmful sometimes, for you to see your instrument or your band or your music as something that you need to on daily and weekly basis work hard to be better, and you can get stuck with the fun, if you know what I mean. And then when the fun begins too early, then the progress ends, and then it doesn't matter if the newcomer band is from Saudi Arabia or Germany or Finland or US. The bar is set super high, and that's not the rules you can change. To be at someday professional level band, you need to be able to compete with all the bands in the world. So it's just work. I wouldn't focus too much on the brand. I think it's a lot more important to focus on being genuine. Playing what you enjoy, and then if things go well, that it will resonate on the listeners. If you are thinking about your brand, especially too early, then I think that's the worst thing an artist can do with any art. You start looking beyond the art and you start thinking, how can I represent this to the audience? You make it as a product instead of an art when you go to this branding thing. That's why you have labels and managements and agencies. They will tell you when it's time if there's issues like with the branding or your image or something. But especially when you are just a musician and songwriter and you are in a band and you are creating something, just create something that resonates in you, and then eventually you will find the audience. I don't know what to expect from the audience, and I don't know if the audience knows what to expect from us. Like, the question mark goes both ways tonight, which makes it super exciting because, yeah, we mainly tour in the places where hundreds or thousands of metal bands been before. And you know this, even if you don't know the metal scene or the audience, you know it by the stories and the feedback. You have the social media. You know 99% of the business you are in. But now we are in this great adventure. So I hope the people will enjoy as much as we will.